So I started a Facebook live session, but it connected to my personal Facebook account, but not any of my pages. I kept getting an error, so it's probably something I have to turn on or turn off or try doing in the future. But for tonight, I just wanted to see if I can actually get connected. I don't have a Twitch, and YouTube is not doing its thing correctly. So obviously, I need to do something else to get that to work. So if you're out there on Facebook, say hey, join in. Want to join in on Zoom? I can post the Zoom link and we can go that way. Give it a try and just here and see what it does. So the only reason why I like Zoom is because you can share screens and you have a chat function that I understand, but I believe you have to be on Zoom to do the chat part, how the Facebook part works. So I'm going over here to my cell phone and I'm going to the Facebook app to see if I can find the Zoom session. And of course, it's delayed timing on Facebook from Zoom, so I can't have the volume up on whatever. So now I have my iPhone on the live session, and it is behind. And I got saying hello to Michael Urban, who happened, hello, Michael, who happened to find my live. It's doing a capture thing, which is cool. I will keep the iPhone here, so if anybody sends me a text, I'll see it. Yes, I am a First Coast Romance Raider member, webmistress, director of communications, and tomorrow morning at 10:45 or 11 o'clock, somewhere around there, on Zoom and in person, there will be a wonderful writer, Lisa Kessler. Check out First Coast Romance Writers. She's giving two 45-minute writing craft sessions. If you show up at the library for the first time, you're free as a guest. On Zoom, if you're not a member, they ask for a $10 fee for non-members. But it's only $50 for the entire year to join. And they have writers' workshops every second Saturday of the month. If you check out their main website under workshops, you'll see all the lists and you can join whichever one you want, which is cool. If you are a member and you're a published author, you get a card on the main website that shows your picture and your books and links to all of you. It's a mini promo. This year, we're going to be taking those cards into the social media, putting on hashtags and sending them to social media one a week for until we run out of members. Then we'll do something else. Now, in March, they have a Super Saturday, and that is a paid event. Members get a discount. Non-members have to pay full price. You do get lunch. It's an all-day event. It's with Margie Lawson. And so you need to check out the description on the website. And there's a Facebook event page for that. So that's my First Coast Romance Writers. Now, I'm also a member of the Northeast Florida Sisters in Crime group, and I do their website as well. They also have once a month writers' workshops at the Ponte Vedra Library and on Zoom. That's the main reason why I'm part of these two groups because they did Zoom during COVID and they continue to do it. They're still learning and they're improving their craft and buying new equipment so that people can hear them better and all of this. And I think that's very important for us people who live out in the boonies. Finding writers groups that give Zoom conferences for the price of the membership is very helpful. And so anyway, so Northeast Florida, spelled out, sistersincrime.com. Check out their website. I've set it up. Their workshops are in the events too, and they have dates and descriptions, and they just had theirs last weekend. Very fun web workshop. You missed out on that one. So here's the programs for Northeast Florida Sisters in Crime. Is Gwen Goodridge, 30-year-old FBI veteran. Now let's look at the First Coast Romance Writers. And here's their workshops. There's their January one. Here's the February one. Sadly, when the Northeast Florida Romance Writers and the First Coast Romance Writers group are on the same day for February because of some library scheduling snafus. If you're a member of either one, you can see the workshop on the members only website. So if you happen to miss it and you're a member, you can go on the website to the members only website and view the videos from previous sessions. The other thing I wanted to talk about before I signed off is the Sunshine Book Festival. Now, last year I was a volunteer for social media and I had an author's table. They had 200 authors last year. That was way too many. This year they're going for 100 and they're going to have it at the Santa Fe College there in Jacksonville, Florida, which is cool because they have more parking than the hotel does. So they have 100 authors, already assigned tables, and I've been doing promotional videos for each of these authors. You can check out the Sunshine State Book Festival website and the author promos, which I think is very cool. This part is new for me. I was invited to be one of the 4 speakers at the Friday Writers Workshop. Book festival is free for all comers. The Writers Workshop, of course, is a paid event, and it's going to be at the Best Western Gateway Grand Ballroom, and it's from 8:30 and you go until 4 or 5, and then after that they have an author and reader cocktail hour party at the hotel, which is free to all comers, and they'll provide snacks and stuff. For the Writers Workshop, it's an all-day intensive writing craft and writing business seminars. This one is by Pat Karen, and she is the head honcho there at Sunshine State Book Festival, and then her partner in crime is Richard Garty, and he'll be doing a seminar. And look, there's me, and I'll be talking about author branding. So hopefully that will be informative and helpful to people. And then after that is my friend Vicki Wolin, First Coast Romance Writers, who is a marketing person and has been doing really well on Amazon with her books. And she'll be talking about book marketing. So that's the workshops on Friday. You can register online and pay. They're over half full already. So if you want to come on the 23rd of January, then you need to get your online application done. Here's a good thing. The Teen Lit contest received over 200 entries this year, all mostly through the hard work of Jenny Derringer and her new best pal, our Miss University of Florida, Bailey. I don't want to mess up her name. She went to several of the schools in Alachua County and did some promoting for the event. So they're all being judged right now, and they'll be receiving gift certificates, scholarship money at the award ceremony. On the 24th, not only are you going to be meeting the authors, but this year they're having a one-woman play called Passion They Couldn't Steal, the Zora Neale Hurston story. and it is performed by our member Pamela Marshall. Performance in the afternoon. Besides all the author tables, there's a children's story time, face painting, and other stuff, of course, for the kids. And then the main featured speaker this year is Dr. Morton, who will be talking about writers in Florida, the pirates to the present kind of thing. And he will be talking about all the writers who lived and worked and wrote about Florida when the pirates were here. That should be very interesting. And here is Pamela Marshall. It's free to the public. You can go ahead and go online to get your tickets ahead of time and fill them out, and then you can just throw them in the basket for the raffle later. It'll save you a little bit of time. The Writers Alliance of Gainesville is the group that puts this show on every year. Check out their website, tell all your friends, save the date, come on down and visit with the authors, buy some books, talk about writing, and have a good time. Okay, so those are the three things I wanted to talk about this time. This is going to be my passion project for 2026. If I had an RV, I'd be on the road right now instead of at home. But our RV gave up the ghost several years ago before mom passed, and now that she's gone, I don't have a traveling companion anymore. All my kids are grown and doing their own thing. I would rather just go out there and do it on my own. So I am learning how to car camp. I'm starting out with a car now that I have one. I'm trying to get comfortable in it and go to different places around Florida as a woman of a certain age, solo camping. And I'll be recording my adventures here. I have 3 or 4 posts I need to get done. I've already done 2 campouts and 1 visit. I have an online store that hopefully someday will help me fund my adventures further. So I have fun designs and stuff. If you share, that'd be great. Now, all of this is also being done so that I can create an online app. Now, this is the web app for the project that I am developing. So each place that I go to, I'll fill out a review. Log in so you can see it. Now, this website's not open to the public yet. I'm still doing the database updates and doing a couple of previews and making sure all the pages work so that I can eventually patent this down to an app for iPhone and Android with online communications and other solo travelers to find safe places to camp or work camp in the state of Florida. Eventually, after I get it up and running and start visiting these places, I hope to encourage others to help me fill in other states such as Georgia, Alabama, the Carolinas. Those places are not as well featured for solo women travelers or work camping as some of the Western states are. I did write a book called The Insider's Guide to Park Coast Camping in Florida, and it has all the public land areas that you can work camp, and I'm updating those. I'm gearing this particular app towards showing places within the state and eventually other states that will allow people to see, preview, saying, okay, they have accessibility sidewalks and places for people with wheelchairs, and they have bars in the bathrooms that women can use to help them get up and down. As we get older, we need more help, but we want to be more healthy to get outside. And so I will start reporting these places. There are some places that you just don't want to stay as a single person. My brother's already warned me a couple of times about some of the forests during hunting seasons. The Florida State Forest has a listing, and the National Forest has a listing of when hunting is available. You need a resource to let you know that, hey, you shouldn't be in the forest during this time. Try another place closer by and alternatives. I'm wanting public land areas mostly because they're the less expensive ones. They need help with volunteers. They're willing to trade a couple of months stay for 20 to 30 hours. And that's a nice alternative for somebody that's fairly healthy and is able to volunteer and help them out. So it's a nice exchange and you save some money. I'll be updating this. As you can see, we're including descriptions of the park, links for official website links, reservation links. If they have cabins or glamping, we're putting links to those and how many. So these are the types of things that will be here. If you see a spot and you want to add it, you just fill out the form as a member. You have to be a member. And then it sends it to my email. I can update it. If you find something wrong on the site, you can email me this form and I'll take care of it. And then this is the review form where you can go in and write your own reviews. And I encourage the members to do that. So all that to say that after I get this up and running and I'm taking this summer to start on my adventure, I will be filling out this information for this website, asking for volunteers to help me with my study to get into the PhD program. Anyway, this is what I'll be working on for the next 15 to 24 months. And if you are able to help me, cool. Share it with your friends, tell everybody about it. But for now, I think I'm done enough talking. Haven't gotten any more responses. So I'm gonna wish you good night.